Tat gacchaturva bhadram te bhagavantam ajokchajam sarvabhutatma bhavena sarvabhutatma vigraham tat therefore gaccha come durva durva bhadram good fortune te onto you Bhagavantam unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ajokchajam was beyond the concepts of material senses. Sarva Bhuta, all living entities. Atma Bhavena, by thinking of them as one. Sarva Bhuta, in all living entities. Atma, the super soul. Vikraham, having form. Translation, my dear Durva, come forward. May the Lord always grace you with good fortune. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond our sensory perception, is the super soul of all living entities. And thus all living entities are one, without distinction. Begin therefore to render service unto the transcendental form of the Lord, with the ultimate shelter of all living entities. Please respond. My dear Durva, come forward. May the Lord always grace you with good fortune. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond our sensory perception, is the super soul of all living entities. And thus, all entities are one, without distinction. Begin therefore to render service unto the transcendental form of the Lord, who is the ultimate shelter of all living entities. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Here the word Vigraham, having specific form, is very significant, for it indicates that the Absolute Truth is ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is explained in the Brahma Sumita, Sachidananda Vigraha 5.1. His form is different from any kind of material form. The living entities are the marginal energy of the Supreme Form. As such, they are not different from the Supreme Form. At the same time, they are not equal to the Supreme Form. Guru Maharaj is advised here to render service unto the Supreme Form. That will include service to all other individual forms. For example, a tree as a form, and water is poured on the root of the tree. The other form, the leaves, the twigs, the flowers and fruit, are automatically watered. The Mayavadi conception that because the Absolute Truth is everything, he must be formless. He rejected here. Rather, it is confirmed that the Absolute Truth is form and yet is all pervading. Nothing is independent of him. Tamagyanatimirantasya ginanam gyana shalakaya chukshuran militam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha Shri Chaitanya manobhishtam satvitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Garaman Vedati Swaparandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padagamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajim Shadvitam Shabhadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Chaitanya Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Dhurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhudeva cha Pitanam Vanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Visatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for coming on today, joining us in our Saturday Bhagavatam class. So we are reading, continue reading the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj, who happened to be the son of Uttanapat, the grandson of Swayambhuva Manu, who is father is Lord Brahma. So here, Dhruva Maharaj is being spoken to by who? Kuvera. So Kuvera is speaking to him. Very important points are mentioned here. Here Kuvera is actually the treasurer in the heavenly planets. And he is the lord of heaven. That's why his name previously as Dhanadha. He is also addressed as Dhaneshwara. All these names were given to him. Have you read in the previous verses we are reading? So it implies that he is what? Holder of all wealth, treasurer of demigods. Can you imagine what is his position? Very powerful, is it not? So a very distinct point is saying that Kuvera is saying to Durga, you please worship the Supreme Personality of God. See that point? Nowadays, many of the Hindus, they have a problem. They all are thinking that all gods are the same. Is it not? This is a common idea among all Hindus. They say all gods are the same. Correct? Yes? But here, the Lord, the demigod in charge of wealth, Kuvera, he is saying that all gods are not the same. You follow? So there's point. He used the word here. You can say where. You see the Sanskrit, the word used here, Bhagavantam Ajokchajam. The word Bhagavantam is referring to who? Of Bhagavan. Correct? So who is the Bhagavan? Question mark. Then the next word is used Ajokchajam. Because Krishna's name is also Ajokchaja. Why is addressed as Ajokchaja? Why? That means you cannot perceive him with your blunt material senses. It is not possible. The word here, Ajokchaja, got two meanings. What is it? You know the alphabet? Akshar. It starts from A. Sanskrit starts with A and all the alphabet. So Akshara means that the words you cannot use the word to contain him. It's not possible. Beyond words. And also Akshara means also eyes. Yeah, Akshi. Meenakshi, the temple in South India. Meenakshi. Meenakshi means what? Eyes is like fish. Understand? So Akshi means eyes. So Akshara means that you cannot perceive him with your material eyes. It's beyond your sensory perception. That's why I use the word here. It's beyond your sensory perception. Who is that person? Who is that person who is beyond all this? Your father. Who? Your mother. Okay? God. You understand? How you can say this? Because this point is also explained in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, you can see here, I think this is the verse. Natumam shakshahe drashtam anaiva swachakshusa divyam dadami te chakshu pashya me yogam aiswaryam. Here in this verse it is explained. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opinion. Understand? Understand? You cannot see God with this. But so many people in India are claiming to be God. I am seeing them. Somebody is lying. Either Krishna is lying here, or the person masquerading as God is hoodwinking. Who do you think is lying? Is Krishna lying, or the so-called gods lying? Which is which? Huh? Which is which? Right. Because you cannot see God with your bland material. It's not possible. You understand? So therefore many cheaters are there. In Kali Yuga, this is the problem. Many people were, because people are ignorant, they don't know. They don't know. In fact, you see so many guys, they worship so many things. In India, you go to people's house, altar is full. Crowd. Yes, somebody will come and give some picture, you will put in the altar. Anybody give it. Everybody. Without any reasoning, without any understanding. Huh? You follow? You understand this thing? So this is the problem. Because they have no knowledge. Because they cannot understand things. Material thing can be seen with material vision. But spiritually you cannot see with your understanding. The Lord, here in this world, the Lord is sitting in our heart. Huh? This is explained again. What is that verse? 1861 is it? See here. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hirdesha arjuna tisthati brahmanya sarva bhutani yantra rudani maya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everybody's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. That means the Lord is sitting in our... You follow? He's sitting in our heart. I think... Can you... This is also explained that how he is sitting in the heart. Yeah, how he is sitting in the heart is explained. The Vedas, like the Mukunda Upanishad as well as the Sesvatara Upanishad, compare the soul and the super soul to two friendly birds sitting on the same tree. One bird, the individual atomic soul, is eating the fruit of the tree, and the other bird, Krishna, is simply watching his friend. Of these two birds, although they are same in quality, One is captivated by the fruits of the material tree, while the other is simply witnessing the activities of his friend. Two birds. You understand? The same thing is again explained in another place. I just want to show you. By chance, two birds have made a nest in the same tree. The two birds are friends and of similar nature. One of them, however, is eating the fruits of the tree, whereas the other, who does not eat the fruit, is in a superior position due to his potency. You understand? Same point. That means they are super soul and soul in our heart. Not just you alone are in your heart. There are two personalities. Whereas one is superior and the other one is inferior. Are you understanding? So this position has to be understood. Because we cannot see. The problem is that we cannot see. So we're thinking that, this is our problem. Again, Sanskrit. Gudashcharasi bhutatma bhutanam bhutabhavana. Again, same word, bhutabhavana. Natvam pashyanti bhutani pashyantam mohitani te. This is explained here. O my Lord, maintainer of all, although you are the super soul of the living entities, you remain hidden. Thus, being bewildered by you, the living entities cannot see you. You understand? So it is not possible for you to see the Lord in your heart. It is not possible. Does it mean that because you cannot see is not existing? Huh? Does it mean that? Huh? Then how we perceive this? How we understand? How we can understand that God is in our heart? How you can understand? How? Give me some idea. Open a surgery. We want to do some heart surgery. But even then you cannot see. It says here you cannot see. There's no way you can see it. How to perceive Him? Huh? How? Huh? By service. Yes. I think this is the verse. I'm not sure. Let me take it out. Oh. No such words. I think this is the verse. Let me. Yes. So here in this verse, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Uddhava, the Supreme Lord gives life to every living being. Bhuta Bhavan, Bhutesha. You understand? And is situated within the heart along with the life air and primeval sound vibration. That is some truth. Is situated inside here at the life air. There are 7 kind of air in your system. 5 kind of air system in your body and 1 life air. Understand? And primeval sound vibration. Now you mark this point. And primal sound vibration. The Lord can be perceived in a subtle form within the heart by one's mind, since the Lord controls the mind of everyone. Even great demigod like Lord Shiva, the Supreme Lord also assumes a gross form as the various sounds of the Vedas composed of short and long vowels and consonants of different intonation. What does this mean? What does this mean, this verse? What does it mean? In other words, the Lord is situated in the heart And He is the life source for everybody. Doesn't mean that because your soul you can just do anything you like. No. Even for you to, act, you need the sanction of the Super Soul. You understand? And, you see here, very important. And He is the sound vibration. In other words, the Lord is saying that you can get to Him by sound vibration. How does the sound vibration get to Him? Explain here. The Lord can be perceived in a subtle form within the heart by one's mind. In other words, you can get to the Lord by using your mind. You cannot use your hand, your leg, your tail. That's not possible. The Lord says you can perceive Him through your mind. See how it works. You follow. So the mind has to be engaged through some kind of sound vibration to connect with Him. Because He is sound vibration. You understand? That's why again He said, the Lord is controlling the mind of everybody. In other words, you cannot try to control the Lord with your mind. In other words, He's telling you that you cannot go with your mind directly. That means there is an element of surrender. Yes? Because He is controlling even the mind of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is an ordinary person. He is the control of all living entities, isn't that? You understand? So in other words, you cannot try to approach the Lord with your own effort. That's not possible. Understand? In other words, you have to surrender to the Lord because this mind has to be engaged in His service. That is surrender. That's why He said, Man mana bhava mat bhakta, mat yaji mam namaskara. Yes, many places. Yes? Yes or no? Ananya chintayanto mam. Yes? Again, 8-7. What is that? Amam anusmaram. Yes? 8-14. What is that? Ananya Satata? Ananya Cheta Satata. See again, all this shows that we have to use our mind to surrender to the Lord. That's the point. You understand? So here in this verse, He explains, the Supreme Lord assumed a gross form as the various sound of the Vedas. And now, the gross form, what is that? Sound vibration of the Vedas. And what is that? Veda sound means what? What is Veda sound? What? Some sound. Is it? What? Mantras. It means what? Mantras. So that means by mantras you can use your mind to release it from this material entanglement to connect to the Supreme Lord. You cannot go any other way. Not possible. Yes? Understand? You follow? So in other words, to upgrade ourselves from this conditioned platform, to connect us to the spiritual platform, to the super soul in our heart, we must chant the mantra. It cannot be any mantra. The mantra must be coming from the Vedas. It cannot just come from your what? From your what? Your songbook. What? Many people, they like this mantra, that mantra, so many. Mantras must come from the Vedas. And to get to Vedas, you must surrender to who? Who? What is that? Played here. In this verse, Sarvashicha hamevi sanvisto matasmiti jnanam aponamcha vedecha sarva ahameva vidyo vedanta krit veda vid evacha ham. Krishna is explaining here, I am seated in everyone's heart. Again, who is seated in everyone's heart? Very clearly, who? Krishna. You understand? And from me comes remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. In other words, if you want to forget God, He will make you forget. If you want to remember Him, He will make you remember. You understand this? And all this require knowledge. Also comes from Him. It cannot be manufactured by you. That's not possible. By all the Vedas, I am to be known, and then I am the compiler of the Vedanta, and I am to know the Vedas. In other words, if you want to go to the Vedas, you must still go through who? Krishna. You understand? Understand this point? And if you want to go to Krishna, you have, how you go to Krishna? You come here and can you talk to him? Can you talk to him? So you have to go to somebody who is what? Who knows the Vedas. Yes? That's why it is Veda Vyas. Who is it? Veda Vyas is what? He is the compiler of the Vedas. Veda Vyas. So you have to go to Veda Vyas. But where? How to find it? Or you have to go to his representative. You understand? In other words, you must approach a self-realized soul called a guru. Understand? This is explained here. What is that verse? 11.3. 11.3. 21. Tasmai guru prapadya jigyasya shreya uttama. 21. Yes. So here, this word, Tasmat Guru Prapadyeta Jigyasya Shreya Uttamam Sabde Parecha Nisnantam Brahmani Upasram Ashvayam. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master and take shelter of him by initiation. The qualification of the bona fide guru is that he has realized the conclusion of the scriptures by deliberation and is able to convince others of this conclusion. Such great personalities who have taken shelter of the Supreme Godhead, leaving aside all material considerations, should be understood to be bona fide spiritual masters. In other words, this guru or spiritual master must have thorough knowledge of the Vedas. Understand? So if you go to him, then you can understand all these mysteries of the soul, the super soul. You know this. How? This knowledge will be revealed to you. Understand? Are you following? We must understand this thing. This thing is not something that we can just simply, be ignorant. If someone comes and gives you something, you put in your altar and he's God. Anybody is God. How is it possible? You cannot do that. You have to learn it through a specialist. Who is that specialist? This word is better. If I say guru, I better use the word specialist. Who is the specialist? Who? One who specializes in the science of surrendering to Krishna. An authorized spiritual authority. And if you don't want to have a spiritual authority, now even to run you have a guru, right? Yes? Isn't it? Coaching. They call him coach. Correct? Yes? Yes or no? Everything you require a coach, yes? Yes? So why not the spiritual affairs? Why not? That's why here the word is used. That you approach Bhagavatam ajokchajam. You approach. Who? Even the chief, he's not the chief, but he's one of the top demigods is telling you approach, you go to Krishna. You understand? He's not saying that no, yatamma tatam par, everything is okay. Anyway, which path you go, so all will come to the same direction. He didn't say that. Did he say that? No. He specifically said you go to Ajokchaja, Krishna. Yes. You see the point? You understand? So we have to learn from authorities. You understand? We have to learn how we can understand the science. You understand this point? He didn't make a distinction, he made we are all equal. He put in this verse, we are all equal. Oh, how we all are equal? How we all are equal? Because we are spirit souls. We are all a part and parcel of God. We are all equal. Your soul, my soul, your soul, everybody's soul, the dog soul, the cat soul, everybody's soul is what? Equal. There's no difference. I think it's 580. That's 580. Humble sage, by virtue of true knowledge, see again, true knowledge, see with equal vision a learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater out there. So you see everybody equal because you see the spirit soul. And spiritually we are all equal. But we are not equal to God. God is Vibhu. We are Anu. You understand? We cannot anytime be equal to God. That's not possible. You understand? That's why Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, he says the same point. He says this point. What time is it now? He says here, very nice verse. Avajanante mamuddha manusyam dhanam ashritam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta mahesh. Again, mama bhuta, again the word bhuta. You see that? So here, you see this, very interesting. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. In other words, they think that Krishna is an ordinary person. They do not know his what? Supreme position, isn't it? My transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. That means A to Z, everything. You understand? It's not that he's God only for the Hindu. He's God for everybody. You follow? So we have to understand this. That's why Krishna is saying this. You following this point? Huh? So therefore, again, the same thing is also explained by Rishabdev, like that verse. 5.5. No. Five 19. Here you see again. My transcendental body is Sachin Ananda Vigraha. The same point has been spoken by today's verse in the book. Yes? Huh? Looks exactly like a human form. Krishna's body looks like a... But it is not a material human body. Krishna's body is not... It is inconceivable. You cannot conceive his body. You understand? Huh? Krishna what? As a little boy he could lift up what? Huh? What? Govardhan. And a 3-month-old baby he killed a demon. 8 months old. Can. What? Can. He shows. Inconceivable. I am not forced by nature to accept a particular type of body. I take on a body by my own sweet will. My heart is also spiritual and I always think of the welfare of my devotee. Therefore, within my heart can be found the process of devotional service which is meant for the devotee. Far from my heart, I have abandoned irreligion, adharma, and non-devotional activity. They do not appeal to me. Due to all these transcendental qualities, people generally pray to me as Rishabdev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the best of all living entities. Again, this is shows that Krishna is not ordinary person. He is not. Again, in another place, this is spoken by Narada himself. By Narada is speaking, Sanskrit. Mayapatya buddhim akritaha Krishne sarva atmana isvare Maya manushya bhavena gudheishvare pare avyaye. Do not think of Krishna as an ordinary child. Because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. inexhaustible, and the soul of all being. The Lord has concealed his inconceivable opulence, and is thus outwardly appearing to be an ordinary human being. You understand this point? Are you following? Following, not following? Huh? Can we read it again? Do not think of Krishna as an ordinary child. Right? Because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, inexhaustible and soul of all being. The Lord has concealed his inconceivable opulence and is thus outwardly appearing to be an ordinary human being. Understand? So don't think that, Krishna is some joke. Krishna is what? Some? What? Joke. Tamasha. That's the word. Joke. Tamasha is joke, right? Krishna is some tamasha. Playboy, yeah? Is it? You understand? I cannot understand. Now, even Krishna himself is saying, in other words, you see what Krishna is saying. In this verse, Krishna is explaining this one very important point. I think it's in 11th, yes, 11:33. Here, you see this point. Gyantva agyantvata yevaimam yavan yaschasmin yatrashaha bhajanti ananya bhavena, again bhavena, te me bhaktatama mataha. This was bhaktatama mataha used in the 12th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita many times. Yes? Yes or no? My devotees may or may not know exactly what I am, who I am, and how I exist. But if they worship me with unalloyed love, that I consider them to be the best of devotees. Understand this point? Huh? So if you know or you don't know, doesn't matter. But if you understand and come and just surrender to Krishna, then yes, consider that part. You follow this point. The same point is also explained here in the next verse. You can see here. In another place, this thing is explained. Here, Matkama Ramanam Jaram Aswarupa Vidobala Brahmamam Paramam Prapuhu Sangachitta Sahasraha. All those hundreds of thousands of gopis, understanding me to be their most charming lover and ardently desiring me in that way, were unaware of my actual position. You understand this point? Yet, by intimately associating with me, the gopis attain me, the supreme absolute truth. You follow this point? So, in other words, we have to take shelter of Krishna. This is what his name? What is his name? Treasurer of the demigod. Kubera is telling exactly to So you take shelter of Krishna, particularly Krishna form, not this impersonal form and all this thing. I follow you. So that should be our interest. I follow. So we have to learn how to surrender like that. And not make mistakes and think that all gods are the same. Everybody is equal. If everybody is equal, why he ask you to go to Krishna? There's no need for him. Correct? Yes? Yes or no? Huh? Are you following? So there is no equality among gods. So I hear distinctly it says, He is the Lord of all living entities. And Krishna also said that in the Bhagavad Gita. He said that every living entity, I am the seed-giving father. Huh? What is that? 10? 10 what? Aham bija. 14:10 is it? 14:4. Sarvayonishu kaunteya मूर्तेः संभवन्ति यः काशं ब्रह्म महायोनि हम बीज pradapita. Oh, it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material world, and I am the seed-giving father. Who is that? Huh? What? Again, Krishna says here, Bharat Sama, what is the word? 10 what? There's no being can exist without me. 10? 10 what? $39. Yes, 39. Yachapi sarvabhutanam bijam tad aham arjuna natarasti vinayatsyan maya bhutam characharam. Furthermore, Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. You cannot say that you can be separate from Krishna. So I have summarized this class that I have explained the position of the soul and the super soul. Yes, and I have explained how you can reach the super soul. Yes, and I have explained how Krishna is the super soul and how he cannot be what? Treated as an ordinary person. That is not possible. Spiritually, we are all equal as souls, but we cannot be equal to Krishna. You understand this? Explain all this. Yes? Is it clear? Not clear. Any questions? Any questions there in that? Any question in the web? Otherwise, I'll be rounding up. The 11 people are watching this. Hare Krishna to all of you there. Alright, no questions? Alright, I'm going to end the session. Thank you then. Hare Krishna.